Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. Pre-game, I asked you about the clutch minutes, and you said you just hoped that you guys kept blowing teams out. Well, you did that tonight. You guys held them to 38 points in the paint. How do you view the jobs that you guys did on that end of the floor to wall off Giannis to make this possible?
I mean, the number one team in offense as far as scoring points, to do the job we did tonight on this team was really good to see. I thought Zoo did a terrific job on Giannis. That's a tough cover and tough matchup for anybody. But I just thought all around, we just had a great win just collectively. Reggie stepped up in that third quarter. Luke Kennard stepped up in the fourth quarter. Marcus was good, T-Man. It was a total team effort. Like I told the guys after the game, we just had a lot of, with a lot of guys being out, we just had a lot of lineups that we haven't been used to playing. So we just had to, take advantage of the mismatches and attack from there. But I thought the guys did a great job of just continue to play the game and make plays for one another.
Thank you.
Thanks. Go to Mark Medina.
Ty, good to see you. What do you think's gone into this recent winning streak, and what's the key with sustaining it?
I think defense. I think I think having a defensive mindset every time we step on the floor, and that's had carryover. Offensively, just be able to play after the play that we've been working on for the last 3 months, and you can just finally see it starting to come together. And like I said, we had a lot of lineups on the floor that you'll probably never see again. We just kind of had to just keep pushing buttons, but just teaching those guys how to play after the play helped us out tonight as far as just playing the game and then making the drive and kick and making plays for yourself or your teammates.
Thanks. Go to Kahari.
Hey, what's going on, Coach? Now, obviously, you just talked. Obviously, you want guys to be here, but would you say that's a silver lining with guys out? The fact that you get to experience your different lineups.
Say it again. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said, would you say that's a silver lining with guys being out? That you get to experiment with different lineups?
I mean, not some of the lineups we had here tonight. I wouldn't say that, but we were trying to match Zoo's minutes with Giannis as much as possible, and they kept getting him in and out, so it kind of made our lineups tricky as well. But like I said, I thought Zoo did a fantastic job on him. He came out and made 2 threes early on and 1 pull up, but we was giving that shot up, and outside of that, I thought Zoo's physicality and being able to play him at the rim was very huge for us. And like I said, a lot of guys stepped up, and it was just a total team win.
Sure thing.
Thanks. Go to Andrew.
Hey, Ty, you guys had that 7-game win streak earlier this year, but that streak was usually guys are pretty healthy during that run. You've done this, obviously missing Serge, obviously missing Paul tonight. Is this about as good as you've seen the team play all year?
Yeah, we've been playing well. I think everything we've been working on and frustrated about early on in the season, you can finally see it come together. Small pick and rolls. I think attacking the paint, making the extra pass, to your teammate when they're open, playing with more pace, defensively having a defensive mindset every single night. And you can see all the things coming together right now.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Go to Ohm.
Hey, what up, Ty? This is a pretty crazy stretch where you've already played the Sixers and Bucks, but you've got Nuggets, Lakers, Suns, Blazers, all these contenders. What do you hope to learn about your team through this pretty difficult stretch?
Just, like I said, playing the way we've been playing. I think working on things we've been working on, and just trying to get better at that every single night. And, as long as you play the right way, as long as we have a defensive mindset, share the basketball, I like our chances. So, like I said, just seeing Luke Kennard step up tonight the way he did, just excited to see that. That was huge for us. That was huge for him, and we needed that lift.
Thanks.
Thanks. Go over to Tomer.
Hey, Ty, congrats on the big win. I don't want to use the word logjam, but have you given any thought to how you get everyone minutes once they're healthy? Because you guys have won 6 straight without being healthy for one of those. How do you get, obviously Pat and PG are going to start, but where did Luke come in, Terrence, Rajon?
Yeah, I've thought about it. Like I said, it's going to be a process. It's a good problem to have. Like I said, you can't play everyone, and but in guys' absence, guys have stepped up and played well. So it's just something I got to figure out, Tomer. I've been thinking about it, been putting a lot of lineups together on paper, but you never know until the guys get on the floor. And so it's going to be a process for us when we get everybody back healthy. But like I said, it's a good problem to have.
Is it only a good problem to have if everyone's buying in?
If not, I really don't care about that. I'm gonna communicate and I'm gonna be real with them. And if they can't take that, that's on them. But I don't really care about it after that.
Thanks, guy.
We'll go to Law.
First off, did you get any kind of update on Paul's condition or if he can play tomorrow?
No, I haven't.
And I anticipated that might be the case. So you decided to start Kennard tonight. It's the first time he started since early February when Paul's first out. You didn't start last week when you got guys out. What went into the decision to start him and get the kind of production you got out of him?
The production was great. Like I said, he really carried us in that fourth quarter. I thought it took a lot of pressure off Kawhi because they were sending guys at him, trying to double team him, and Luke stepped up and made some huge shots. My thought process for starting Luke is we know, Milwaukee's a heavy protect the paint team. So with his three-point shooting, I thought we'd be able to get open shots or they'd be able to stay at home and Kawhi be able to have more one-on-one opportunities. So, he's a great shooter. He puts pressure on the defense when he's out there on the floor. And that's what went into me starting him tonight.
Miriam, you can go ahead.
Hi, Nick had a chase down block and then a putback dunk there toward the end of the game. Almost seems like it comes out of nowhere. You never know when it's coming with Nick. What did you see of that, and what's that say to you?
No, just effort. I think just competing. Nick always plays the right way. You never have to question that. Most of the time you got to question him just, as far as taking shots, more so than, taking too many shots. So we know he's going to play the right way. Defensively, he's going to compete every single night. And, we know we're going to be able to get the same thing from Nick every night.
Thanks, Coach. That's all the time we got with you.
Thank you.
Have a great night. We'll go ahead and get started with Sabrina.
Hey, Nick, do you and Kawhi have like a competition of who gets the most dunks per minute or what's up with that?
I got way more than me so far, so you're winning.
I'm just curious, what was the key to being so good against a team that's this good defensively in the paint?
We got a chance to have so many options on defense. You can put big man with Zoo. Zoo did a great job on Giannis tonight. He did a great job, but at the end, we had a small lineup so we can switch. You can put a big lineup so we can control the paint. We got so many different options with that team. So, and we're showing that the last 5-6 games now, we're on a 6-game winning streak now. So our defense really stepped up the last couple of games and the show tonight. We were in a big run, but still on defense, control the rebound, and just on offense, we just move the ball and having fun and got a match out.
Let's go to Cam.
Hey, Nick, on that chase down block, at what point did you know you had that? You looked so smooth when you ran it and got that and chased it down. At what point did you know you had that? Talk to me about that.
I wasn't sure I was going to pass the ball because Reggie was in between. So I think that was Holiday make a perfect bounce pass. So when he went through, I said, okay, I got to go, maybe catch him. And I think his last step was way too far, so he almost dunked it, and then he turned it to a layup. So I thought maybe I got a chance to do one more long step and got my long arm and catch him. So I was retro Nico 10 years ago.
How do you guys bottle this effort up? You guys had a collective effort defensively, offensively, everybody chipped in. How do you bottle this up and keep this rolling into next month?
We got 4 big key guys out. You play with Rondo, Pat Bev, PG, and Serge. But we still got so many options in that team, so many weapons we can go to. And tonight, besides Kawhi, we did his job, man. Reggie had a great game. Mook had a great game. Luke Kennard, amazing game. I don't want to talk about T-Man. Steve's too young to talk about it. But he's been doing great lately. So, Zoo did a great job, too. That was a good team win. And now we got to keep playing like that. We even got guys not playing, still got so many weapons to be a good team. So I can't wait until we get back. So we can start building something and be a better team.
Congratulations, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Go to Home.
Hey, Nick, you were just talking about how you guys are shorthanded, but this has been an incredible stretch where you guys have played Sixers, Bucks, you've got the Lakers, the Nuggets, the Suns, the Blazers coming up. What do you hope to learn about this team out of a crazy stretch like this where you're playing contenders?
No, we had a bad stretch before the break, and 2-3 bad game before after the All-Star break. So we regrouped. Coach changed the lineup and it worked pretty well. I mean, Mook is doing a great job lately. So I think we needed that. We needed him to be back and be great for us. So far we're good. And we know we got a 9 game like at home in a row. So I think I never did that in my life before that, but we know it's going to be a big stretch for us to get as many wins as possible. If we can get 9, it'd be perfect. But then we know we're going to play big teams, and we just played 2 best teams in the East. Beside Brooklyn, we had 2 good games short-handed. So tomorrow, got to do a good job. No, be serious, take care of business, and then moving on 1 game at a time and show we're a good team.
Do you feel something building with this team?
Yes, for sure. For sure. Now, like, don't think like, we're creating something. Something is different with that team from the last couple of games. So, and I like it. It's going to be a long season. Like, it's going to be tough. Now, we can see the last couple of transactions happen with different teams. So it won't be easy, but we know we got a good team to go very far this season. So we just have to stay focused on ourselves, get better every game.
Thank you.
Thanks. Go to Farbod.
Hey, Nick, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
In this 6-game win streak, you guys have had a plethora of different types of wins, whether it's the Hawks game with the 22-point comeback, the Spurs with no Kawhi, or tonight with no PG. Is there one that sticks out to you the most, or one that you appreciated the most in these 6 wins?
I think the down 22 changed everything. I mean, some team was born that night, when coach took all the starters out and we came back and rally up and win the game, and Kawhi and PG and Mook finished the game. So I think something changed that night. And since then, we're doing great. So I hope it's going to keep going like that.
Let's go to Tomer.
Hey, Nick, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
First off, did you eat or drink anything different? You had a chase down block and put back dunk today.
No, I changed my routine on game day, working out and training stuff. So doing Olympic weight on game day. That helped me a lot, actually. So I got more fresh leg.
We'll definitely keep doing that then. And then, I mean, we've run out of words to describe like Terrence and Luke, how they played, especially to the Atlanta game. Like, how do you explain just their come up the last couple games?
No, we made a move. No, to get Rondo, we let go like a big key guy. Everybody love Lou Williams, but I think by doing that, the franchise and the organization show like they really trust those 2 young guys in the future, and not in the future, but right now, Luke and T-Man. So they have to get that chance. They had a chance to now get on the court and have playing time and show what they are for us. So they're good so far.
Thanks.
Thanks. And the last question, go to Law.
You just mentioned Rondo being here. He's on the bench. Serge is on the bench. Pat Bev's on the bench. I just want to know from you, a new guy to the team, but a vet in this league, what's it like having those 3 guys encouraging this team, in the flow of the game like they have been?
That's huge. And like I say, it started with when the 22 points comeback. When during that comeback, you could see all the vets with even PG and Kawhi didn't have a good game, but they rallied back and they were cheering on the side. So that show like nobody cares about himself. No, we just have to. But it's just about the team. So and like those guys not playing, but they still cheering for us, talking to us. Rondo, like it's been 2 games, and Rondo's been great, talking to every guy. So it's good for the future.
Thanks, Luke. Thanks, Nick. That's all we have for you. Take care.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and get started with Farbod.
Hey, Kawhi, in a game that was such a great team effort, is there anything that stood out to you the most or that you appreciated the most in tonight's win?
The defense, the Bucks, I believe they're number 1 scoring points in the game, like 119 or something. But yeah, I think we held them to 105 tonight. So, that's just a great defensive effort right there.
Thanks. Go to Tomer.
Hey, Kawhi, congrats on the win. Nick just spoke to us and told us that he felt like the Atlanta game where you guys came back from 22 down was a turning point for you. Chris, like from your perspective, do you agree with that? And what do you think has changed since that game?
I think we're just being more attention to detail, pretty much, just like I said, the last 2 games are a transition team. we came down, felt like we got in our crowd early, and we're just playing hard from the first quarter to the fourth quarter buzzer.
Next, we'll go to Mark Medina.
Hey, Kawhi, congrats on the win. To follow up on that, what do you think it's going to take to sustain that?
You cut out.
Hey, sorry about that. I was trying to ask, what do you think it's going to take to sustain that level of detail and effort that you guys were just talking about?
Just keep taking it one game at a time. Always say, but tomorrow presents a different challenge. So just got to come in locked in and, wanting to play hard, focus on, what we want to accomplish as a team and keep moving forward.
We'll go to Sabrina.
Hey, Kawhi. The other night, Reggie said that you and PG have been setting the tone defensively a little bit more than in the last couple of weeks. Is there anything that you're doing differently? Have you, decided to take on the best player more often or anything like that?
No, I'm just coming out playing the game, making sure my guys is ready to play as well. We're gonna need everyone to win a basketball game, not just me. As you see tonight, everybody played well, and we need that moving forward. We're just as good as our weakest link, so everybody has to stay, connected and knowing what we're doing. Even the guys on the bench that's, not getting no playing time. We need everybody.
Law, you can go ahead.
Hey, Kawhi. So this stretch has been with all kinds of different lineups. Rondo's just joined the team. Serge and Bev have been out. And I just wanted to know from you, as the leader of this team, what kind of how has that voice been impacting you as far as the voice of Serge, the voice of Pat, and the last couple of games, the voice of Rajon over these last couple of games? What kind of impact has that had on you specifically?
Just like I said, we need everybody engaged, even guys that are not getting minutes. So, if they're watching the game, just seeing, what details that, I need to get better at, or, whoever's on the floor, my teammates, just listening to what they're saying and seeing if I see the same thing when I'm out there.
And we got time for one more, and we'll take it from Ohm.
Kawhi, Nick doesn't do a lot of things that really show up in the stat box, but tonight he had that big chase down block, tip and dunk. What are some of the things you appreciate the most that he brings to this team?
Pretty much what you just said, doing the little things, the things that don't show up on a stat sheet. Him playing defense, putting pressure on, on team's best players or their best shooters at times. And then just bringing a, veteran presence. And, you know what I mean? He's been great. He's been great for us. And, I like him. He's a team guy.
Thanks, Kawhi. Have a great night. Hey, we'll go ahead and start with Mason.
Hey, Luke. Ty talks a lot about small pick and rolls. And you actually were a ball handler in a lot of sets tonight. So what's your mentality running, the second units or even, with the starters as a pick and roll ball handler?
Yeah, it's just something we've been working on in practice the last, couple of weeks. And, especially the last, few practices we've had. We've just been getting that work in, as with everybody, no matter who it is. So it's just definitely something we watched film over, stuff we've worked on. And that's just, credit to the coaches of putting us in those positions that we have worked on and, we're continuing to get better at.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. We'll go to Ohm.
Luke, Nick just said that he feels something building with this team. This has been a crazy stretch where not only you guys are winning and playing at home, but you guys are playing against contenders and got a lot more coming up. Do you feel something building with this team, and what is it that you feel?
Yeah, 100%. And I think, the first thing we need to do is just continue to get healthy. Obviously, we're a really good team. And then when we have those guys back, it's just going to take us up another level. But yeah, we hit a little, a rough patch, you know, the last, you know, before we've hit this streak. And, you know, once we got back from that road trip, you know, we're like, let's get on a little roll. Let's get on a streak here. So, and guys dialed in, guys locked in, and, you know, that definitely shows a lot of some character and just the competitiveness of this team. So we want to compete. We want to win, you know, each and every game. So we definitely see something building here, you know, and we're getting more comfortable with each other. You know, that's a big thing. You know, just learning everybody, you know, a lot of new pieces this year, obviously. So, you know, we're getting very comfortable, and, you know, we know there's another level that we can get to as well.
Thanks. Go to Cam.
Hey, Luke, you got warm in that fourth quarter. That bucket must have been a huge river out there for you. How'd that feel? And kind of, you was the one really. Reggie had the third quarter. You came and closed the game out in the fourth quarter with your shooting, man. How does that feel that the guys turn to you and say, "Okay, come on, kind of take us home"?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it definitely feels great. Just the confidence that everybody has in me and each other. You know, that's another part of something that we built, just getting comfortable and just believing in each other. I really believe that we're doing that right now. And, you know, they focused a lot on Kawhi, you know, obviously the entire game. So, you know, credit to the coaches of putting us in positions, and then, you know, those guys of just making the right play, making the right passes, reading the defense, and hitting open guys. So for me, it was just staying aggressive, being ready to shoot the ball, and, you know, just trying to make plays. So it was definitely a really good win. You know, felt really good, feels good, but we got another one tomorrow. So just got to move on to that one.
Tomer, you can go ahead. Tomer, you can go ahead.
Hey, Luke, congrats on the win.
Thanks.
Earlier tonight, Nick said that something was born in that 22-point comeback against the Hawks. What's changed for you specifically and for the team since that game?
You know, I think, you know, it's just the confidence of the entire team and each other. You know, like I mentioned, you know, just getting comfortable with each other and really believing in what we have going and what we're building here. So yeah, obviously, you know, that game was an exciting point for us. You know, just you know, how it all went down. But, you know, we're just taking it day by day. Honestly, you can tell guys are locked in each and every day at practice, walkthroughs, everybody's communicating. So, you know, it's definitely been a different vibe, you know, the last, you know, month or so, just really dialing in towards, you know, as we're getting towards this home stretch, towards the end of the regular season. And it's all about habits now. And that's, you know, a special thing about this group is, you know, we got some championship guys on this team, and guys that have won before. They've experienced some big time moments. So, you know, those are our leaders. We're following those guys, and, you know, we're locking in right now, and, you know, we just got to continue, you know, this good play.
You talked about confidence. Like, you've gone through kind of a heck of a year overall. Has your confidence wavered at all throughout the season, or are you just like at one steady level?
No, I mean, I'm a confident player. I really am. And, you know, just, I try to stay, you know, steady. Like you said, I try to just keep a, you know, cool head, you know, clear mind, and just play. And, you know, I've been, you know, it has been up and down. And, you know, I think, you know, part of it is, you know, being on a new team, you know, getting comfortable and, you know, just finding a way in. But, you know, from the beginning, guys have told me to, you know, play my game and be myself. So, you know, it's starting to come. It is, you know, I'm feeling confident and, you know, more comfortable out there. So, you know, and guys are believing in me. So it definitely feels good.
Thanks. Go to Sabrina.
Building off another thing that Nick said, he said that, you know, when the organization traded Lou Williams, that they really showed faith in you and Terrence, you know, to pick up the mantle. And I'm curious if you saw it that way and if you've felt any differently over the last week since the trade.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. And, you know, I think, you know, Terrence has done a really good job of, you know, playing his game, you know, being who Terrence is. You know, I tell him every time he, like, before he goes into the game, just to bring us that energy, you know, bring that juice is what I call it. So that's what he does. You know, he takes us up another level when he's in the game, and just the way he plays, the way he fights, you know, it just feeds, you know, we feed off of him, you know, and just the way he competes. So, yeah, it's definitely gave us, you know, a little bit more opportunity. And, you know, when we're in there, we just got to try to find a way to make an impact. So, you know, I think Terrence has been very consistent with doing that. And we're going to need him to continue to grow and, you know, just be himself.
Thanks. We'll take two more. Go to Justin Russo.
Hey, Luke, good evening. You had a great fourth quarter tonight offensively, obviously. But one of the things you did well in this game was also crash the glass, especially with boxing out Giannis a couple times. You know, how much pride do you take in doing those little things to help the team on a night like this when you're facing a guy like Giannis who crashes the glass as hard as anybody?
Yeah, it's big. It's definitely big when, you know, obviously Zoo was on him for a lot of the game. So, you know, he's contesting shots and, you know, it was up to, you know, some of the guards and smaller guys to get in there and battle and try to get some boards. So it's definitely a thing that I've had in the back of my mind of, you know, just trying to, you know, get more rebounds and be more aggressive on the defensive, on the glass. So it's definitely, you know, been a focal point for me and, you know, our guards of helping these bigs, you know, battle down there and try to help them out a little bit.
Thank you.
And last question to Law.
Look, speaking of the fourth quarter, I mean, keep making everything in the fourth quarter, by the way. But I saw you pregame, and you was working on a different variety of shots. You know, taking passes from different angles, awkward launch points, the logo, and obviously that seemed to matter a little bit tonight. Your threes were quite, you know, we're talking more than 25 feet, especially the last one. How would you describe your range, and you know, what kind of shooter are you trying to be? Like, what level can you get to?
Yeah, it's definitely something I work on. You know, pre-game practice, you know, I take a lot of deep shots, and like you said, different angles, different footwork. But that's credit to some of the coaching staff and, you know, player development guys of, you know, just working on that stuff consistently. It's been a big thing for me. And, you know, I'm a confident shooter. I really am. You know, I feel like, you know, almost every shot that I shoot, you know, is going in. Honestly, I do. And, you know, just continuing to stay aggressive, take an open shot, taking the right shots, you know, not trying to force anything, but just getting to my spots and being ready to shoot. So, yeah, it's definitely something I've been working on, and just got to stay consistent with it. And, you know, there's always room for improvement, you know, no doubt. So looking forward to continue to work on that.
Thanks, Luke. Have yourself a great night.
All right. Thank you.